Nintendo Switch 2 has been out for 6 months, and in that span, the Switch 2 has outsold the original Switch by double. So naturally, it begs the question, is it actually worth it? When the Switch 2 first came out, I was on the fence about it. I mean, I had the original Switch, and then I had the OLED version. But I wasn't like an everyday Switch user, so therefore, I couldn't really justify getting a Switch 2. And for the longest, I didn't. But then, like a lot of people, the closer release date came, the more I got that itch. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get the Switch 2. Worst case, I can always sell it, right? So that's what I did. I bought the Switch 2. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm glad I did, because I've been having way more fun on the Switch 2 than I ever did on the Switch 1. I mean, it's fully backwards compatible, it's a way bigger screen. Although it's not OLED, it's a very nice looking screen. The Joy-Cons feel a lot better, the buttons are bigger, the stand is more durable, and the way that you detach and attach the Joy-Cons is so much better than having to slide it off the rail. The quick button release that's magnetic works so well, and honestly, I could probably say, actually I will say, the Switch 2 is better in every way, except maybe just not the OLED screen. But everything else, 99% of the device, the design, and everything else about it is better than the original. I mean, this thing runs 1080p in your hands, whereas the last one was 720p. And if you wanted to get 1080p, you had to dock it. Well, if you dock this, you can get up to 4K. And you can get 120 hertz, which that's pretty impressive for a little device like this. So yeah, I can honestly say this thing is way better than the original, although it looks similar and the design is basically the same. But you know how the saying goes, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So there was no point for them to even change the design, just improve on what already works. And that's what they did. Because let's be honest, if they had changed it up just for the sake of changing it up, a lot of people would have been mad. Like, it was perfect the way it was, why would you change it? So you can't really truly make anybody happy, but what's best case scenario for a next gen refresh. Now, as I said earlier in the video, I've been playing this way more than I played my original Switch, and I can't really explain why, but for whatever reason, playing on the Switch 2 has made the experience of gaming on the Switch better. I mean, you got games from the original Switch that have enhanced versions, so you can actually play them in the way that they were meant to be played. Games like Zelda Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom have upgrades, and playing these games on the Switch 2, you can play them in all its glory. Like, you get all the frames that you were supposed to get probably with the original, but because of the limitations of the technology and the hardware, you weren't able really to experience it that way. But now that you can, playing Zelda at 60 frames per second instead of having to experience it in 30 frames per second with ghosting completely changes how you experience the game. So honestly, I think this is a device worth buying. I mean, there's really no downside to it other than the price. $500 is a lot, but look how long the Switch 1 was tolerated. I mean, Nintendo fans are loyal, so if people are willing to deal with 720 in their hand, 30 frames per second for the past 8 years, having a device that can run 1080p in your hand, 4K on the TV at 120 frames, I mean, you're basically future-proofing yourself, especially if you're a Nintendo loyalist. You're gonna be happy and set for a while. I mean, this game can run Cyberpunk 2077, which is a technological feat. So the fact that it can run that is pretty impressive. I mean, you're not really missing out on anything. That was one of my gripes with the original Switch 1 was you have your classic Nintendo games, your Marios, your Zeldas, your Pokemons, and games like that, which that's why we love Nintendo. But at the same time, there's other games by other publishers that it would have been fun or nice to have on the original Switch, but just wasn't capable of running the games. But now you can have your cake and eat it too. You can have your whole Nintendo exclusive IP, and you'd be able to participate in some of these other games that everybody else gets to play. And now you have hardware that's capable of running it. So it's a win-win. Now to get to the things that I don't like, the one main thing, which I never really technically had to deal with because I buy all my games digital for the most part, is the whole game keycard debacle. That whole system that Nintendo implemented with this is not well executed, and there's been rumors or horror stories of people having their Nintendo Switch 2 bricked and locked, and they're not able to use it because of some kind of message that is either flagging something or whatnot. So these are things that you have to, I guess, unfortunately worry about. But I mean, some people are trying things with their console they probably shouldn't, but then sometimes there's other just misunderstandings, unfortunately, and I guess it breaks the system. So that's not something anybody should have to deal with when they spend their hard-earned money buying a device that is not cheap by any measure. And because of maybe a misunderstanding or a faulty, I don't know, whatever, it breaks the whole console, and it's almost irreversible. And basically the Switch 2 is no good, which is just mind-boggling to me. But there have been horror stories about that. Now, I'm not sure if they fixed that issue, but that is something to consider. But at the same time, if you buy your games digitally and you're not like violating any kind of policies or piracy or any kind of unauthorized hardware, which is what gets people in trouble a lot of times, then you won't have to worry about that. Just if you're just like a typical everyday casual consumer, then you should be good. But I have also heard that people will buy a game off of like eBay or something, but it's not an actual authorized cartridge. So when they put it in the system, the console flags it and breaks it. No fault of your own. It's just something that unfortunately happens, and that Nintendo needs to fix that, because that's out of that person's hand at that point. They might be just looking for a deal on the game and trying to buy it offline, and just kind of ran into a bad situation, because Nintendo games are notorious for not really going on sale that much. So you can't fault somebody for trying to get a game cheaper elsewhere. But all in all, I think this is a fantastic device, especially since the holidays are coming up. I would highly recommend, if you're considering buying this for somebody, that you go ahead and do so, especially if you can catch it at a retail price. I wouldn't really overpay for this, but if you can catch a retail on sale, maybe for the holidays, and you know somebody that loves Nintendo games or Nintendo devices, this is a fantastic device. To summarize and run it back down, you got a sharper display, 8 inches, 1080p in your hand, 4K when it's docked. It has HDR and it can go up to 120 frames per second when docked. So you got crisper visuals and smoother gameplay. You also have the new Joy-Cons, which are magnetic, which are way better than they used to be. Oh, and I forgot to mention they have a mouse mode. So you can use your Joy-Cons as a mouse too, which is, I mean, that's pretty cool. Especially if you're playing like a FPS shooter, like a Fortnite or something, you can actually like point with the Joy-Con like a mouse, which I still need to try that. It now has a built-in game chat function for voice and video chat, and you can screen share. There's more storage, it loads a lot faster, and it's backwards compatible. So, I mean, there are like almost no cons to this, just Joy-Cons. Get it? All right, anyways. Final verdict, is it worth getting? Absolutely, yes. So if you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like, comment, and if you think this is helpful, share with a friend. And if you want more content like this, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one.